better. I'll keep this lit. Alright guys, welcome. This video is some of the gameplay I play with Meraxis. I actually random this hero. Wasn't paying attention, which was kind of funny. But it's kind of like my educational video towards it. This is one of my favorite heroes. Well, number one reason, I love his second ability. It can be used. Honestly, it's something I love to do just because it's fun to do. To avoid somebody's attack, it's kind of like a smack in your face kind of situation. So right now we're in picking face. I'm just gonna fast forward it here, real quick. That's probably really loud. Takes forever for stinking people to load. Alright, so I chose wow, that guy really did take forever. There we go. Alright. That's done. Alright, here we go. Let's find myself here. So here you see yeah, I'm gonna turn that off because that is super loud. Turn all that down just a bit. Alright. Okay, so right here, as you can see, I'm going top. Our bubble's right here. I don't know why, but he thought he was going to go solo top. Which, in some cases, does work when you do have a jungler, like Keeper. But in this instance, because both Meraxis, myself, obviously, and Alonia, going bottom against a Valkyrie and a jungler, so it would have been two solo bottom. So I mean, he would have been getting plenty of XP as well as being able to get last hits. I mean, he's one of the best escape heroes. There he is. So right here. Oops, taking it too slow. So in the beginning here, to be honest, it seemed like Alonia and I extremely failed. One of the most important things you need to do, obviously in this lane, just because I am the strength hero, but I'm also the ganker, is to get last hits, clearly. But in this, Geomancer and both Myrmidon, we're pretty much owning us here. Give me just a second. I'm gonna pause real quick. Sorry, I need to pop off here. Get this going. Okay, and go. But anyway, so just getting last hits right now. You just need to focus that. As Alonia, one of her best things is harassing. That's one thing that's really awesome about her. But so as long as you just kind of stick with with or around her. Okay, right there I pulled my my arcane shield, just because I haven't played this in quite a while and I wasn't sure if arcane shield would block Geomancer's stun like that. So I found out quickly, obviously, that it didn't. So I kind of have failed a little bit up top, but I love Meraxis and I'm really good at catching up. So you'll see here in a bit how I do catch up and how I do use not only my first or my second skill, sorry, but with my first and other things like that. My standard build, I go straight for crap, I can't even remember what it's called. Blood Chalice. I get at least the recipes for it, and then once I do this, let's go here real quick. So you stun in the middle, obviously. Now she's gonna be failing, and I know she's probably gonna die. So Myrmidon is the easiest to kill here. So it's better if you chase after him, and then we can catch up here easily. We got a stun up, and then here's the thing: you gotta be able to attack and move with the hero. Because if not, and I don't know why he didn't keep running, but probably still would have died. But that got me a double tap. And then obviously just focusing last hits. This hero, I really do solemnly believe that what is the word? Pickaxe or whatever is really worth, Runed Axe or whatever, is really worth buying. You get last hits really nicely on this hero with it. So I'm pretty good at last hitting either ways, but it does really, really help. So that's where I pick it up right there. Most of the time you don't want to pick this up unless it's towards the end. But here I go. And he still has yet to get his escape right there. Unfortunately, my Alonia does die. But I was able to get a kill on Myrmidon. And right now, Alonia is sacrificing herself pretty much so that I can get the kills. And get the farm. So, she doesn't mind it. And I don't mind it, obviously. So this is a try to initiate on me. I could have used my arcane shield right there, but that was an obvious miss. It was going to be very easily to dodge. And then I do get in my ulti. So the way I build him, depending on which people are in lane, because Myrmidon and Geomancer were in lane, I did chose to go with my arcane shield in case I did get ganked early, which would block Myrmidon's second ability. And then immediately after that, you get a Quake, you get a Stomp. Stomp's one of the first things you do. Obviously, queue up and level up first, and as well with your Meraxes. Just because your Meraxes does huge amounts of slow, and they stack, and they also do damage. And it's only 8 seconds. It's pretty crazy. So, and then I only get one of Arcane Shield until I hit level 8. So you'll see me just farming away here. See, that's an easy dodge. There's no need to use my Arcane Shield on that kind of stuff. But I mean, you'll actually see me in most of this game actually be underneath 1/3% of my health. I am very risky with this game. See right there? That I wanted to do that because I wasn't sure if I was going to get hit by the wheat field that laid right here. So I used my Arcane Shield to stop that other one just in case. But anyway, the reason why I stay weak, and you don't have to do this, most people don't, but the reason why I stay weak is everybody, especially in the MMR that I am playing, which is only 1600s, everybody always assumes that you're going to die when they come in. But once you buy boots, you pretty much can stay alive pretty well with Meraxes. Now see, I was about to go this way, but their creeps would have attacked me, and my Alonia actually stayed alive. And keep her right here. Although, I did kind of KS this. We did get a kill on both of them. So, unfortunately, the way I play is I don't believe in KSing. It's just something that doesn't exist if you're a true HoN player or MOBA player, period. just because of the fact that it's a team game. It's 5v5. Whoever does the kills gets the kills. It helps the team. It boosts that up. If the support gets the kills, then now he's got an extra 200 gold to buy wards. Which, by the way, he did an excellent job warding there. And he does continue to ward throughout the game. Right here, we're about to get ganked by blue, which I find really funny. Just because he kept like going in and out here. I'm going to keep Fog of War on so you can see my perspective of things. But if you actually looked there, I believe he popped his ulti right here. So he came out. Oh, can't miss this. Alright, now watch this. Okay, I'm actually going to rewind it here. Oops, sorry about this. I don't know why I'm going so slow. Okay. So we walked away here. He chased after Keeper. Now I realized that, and I was like, oh crap. And he pops his ulti, and he hid though. Perfect timing. And I have my ulti on. And I just blow it like that. Bam. And then I believe Orange even tried to come again. I don't think I ended up killing him. Yeah, I just walked away. Alright, speed up here. Just kind of walk, man. Sorry about the sound. Alright, so now I decided to go bottom. And this Brown has been complaining all day that he wasn't able to go top. And he should have waited for me. Because now I can't do anything. Because he didn't wait for me. He decided to go in. And a lot of people don't realize this. Why we're paused here. I guess they paused the game. But when you play Bubbles and you're going against like that situation right there. And Valkyrie is walking away. A big problem that most people have is they will actually take their ulti that has a radius of, about there. And they will stick it right on the hero. Instead, what you need to do in order to create the hero to stun closer to you like that for that instance, is if the hero, let's say for instance, this tree right here. If the hero is right here that you're trying to stun, you want to put your ulti like right here, and the radius right there is going to still catch him. And that means he's going to walk like one step, and he's going to get locked. He's gonna get stunned. And that, if she would have done that, or he, I don't know who that is, but if he would have done that, then I would have been able to stun him, and then we would have gotten that kill. Although it is kind of funny with this. I pretty much go balls to the walls here. I didn't mean to hit my ulti right there. Actually, my roommate came through the door, and I got all freaked out. It was kind of funny actually. And yet again, here's a good example. I can survive because I popped my ulti earlier. I seriously still have, 200 health. And it's just, I'm pretty tanky when it comes to that. And as Meraxes, you do a good job staying alive. You do have tons of damage. I mean, I'm level 9 and I'm already can hit up to 100 damage. You can't say the same for Bubbles. Keeper. It's pretty close. Calamity. It's pretty close, but she's also level 9. She was solo. Alonia, obviously, definitely not. Now here, I noticed they're pushing top, and I honestly thought that they were going to have it. But I just do all my effort right here to get up there as fast as I can. And I realize that I'm going to make it. And he just used a stun, which was a big, bad idea. So that's where you throw your axes. You stun. And you throw your axes. It's that simple. Now they're going to continue to come. And this is manning up right here. And obviously in this instant, I normally would have died. Or most people would have died. But I'm pretty ballsy when it comes to this game. And Alonia is coming right here, so that's why I didn't back out. And they actually decided to come around, which I was a little afraid for Alonia. Or Bubbles, sorry, that's what I meant. But I finally was like, alright, fine, I'll stop farming. And I think he hits me with his ulti. But there again, and then I'm just like, alright, you want some of this? I'll take some of this. Now watch this. I'm going to back that up real quick. I kind of view it in a slower motion here. Now see, if you see me, I have my ulti propped. And so I throw my stun out. I have no mana though, unfortunately. But I do have 144 health. So I pop my Blood Chalice right after my ulti goes off so that I can throw out an axe to slow and get a kill. So, which returns your health back again. So, let's walk away here. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So I choose to go top, just to farm. And I do notice these two, on Fog of War. I can see them. So I was like, alright, they're probably ganging up here. And Valkyrie, as we can see here, has an invis rune. Keeper, I told Keeper to go invis, but he wasn't listening to me. I don't know why. So I was like, alright, well, we need to go in or do something. So both of us went in. And thank goodness that they weren't right here, or we would have been in trouble. But at this point, I still don't have my PK. But Keeper right here gets a good snag off. And he both gets Valkyrie as well. And here's another X. Does a lot of damage. So the way his axes work here, is act deals 60 plus 6% of the target's max health and magic damage. So the bigger the body, the more damage your Meraxes is gonna do. So for instance, on somebody like Myrmidon, in this case, when he pops his ulti, he gains more health. So waiting until he pops his ulti will, and then throwing your axes at him, because most of the time most Myrmidons will, especially if they're initiating, they will throw down their wheat field, they'll throw down their warp thing or whatever it's called, and then they'll fly forward, then ulti, and then they'll sit there and start attacking. Fortunately for me, since I have Arcane Shield, I am able to dodge his little kelp field or whatever toss thing, his little fish thing that swims, and then avoid his kelp field, and then come in and pretty much own him. So right here, I have chosen to leave bottom and go help top. Because currently, right now, he's in trouble. But I think he actually kills them both right here. He does a boss job. Can't quite remember. Oh yeah, blue. So blue. Where does he go? So he did have a TP. Okay. Yep. So tried to chase him down, but obviously he left. Just gonna kind of fast forward here. So I do have a TP, and I do decide to go here. Now I'm gonna jump right on top of these two. I gotta wait for them both. There's tree. Now I'm gonna get myself right in between them. Whether or not we still got stunned, we got that one. And I did actually miss these. I thought he would go left. And then I thought he would stay. And then I was like, alright, enough playing. Enough playing. It's time to kill you. So here's where I pick up my PK. So yes, it's a 16-minute PK, but I did want to get my Ghost Marchers and my Blood Chalice first. I am 9-0 right now, so I am a hero of New Earth, I guess that's what it's called. But so now we just farm. They're pushing top with no tower. Nobody's pushing mid, and so this is your opportunity to kind of farm and get ahead. I do go Arcane Shield, obviously, because my first and third are maxed out. So now it's time to do the Arcane Shield. The nice thing about the Arcane Shield is it passively grants 6 armor when activated. And it absorbs any ability or magic projectile targeted against Meraxes. So in this case, what's his face? Geomancer. The reason why my Arcane Shield doesn't work with Geomancer is it's not technically against Meraxes. It's against anybody who happens to be at the end of the stun. So that was a good example, though. Valkyrie's arrow right there is against me, though, which is kind of weird, because it kind of works the same if if somebody else happens to get in the way of the arrow, then that means it can be hit anybody. But for some reason, this is a projectile. It says magic projectiles, so that's the reason why you can use the Arcane Shield. Oh, by the way, sorry, let me back that up here. So Calamity is invis, and she's just right there. So this is an easy kill, just kind of standard here. Calamity probably didn't have to use her ult there. It was pretty much locked down. But there's nothing wrong with making. Oh, sorry. There's nothing wrong with being sure that you do have that kill or do get that kill. So I'm just chilling up here, and now when I get here, I'm gonna pop my Blood Chalice immediately so that I have more mana here, because they are pushing the tower, and I do pop my ulti, which unfortunately I thought I had more mana at that point so that I could stun immediately, or enough mana, but I did not. So I just kind of let him go. And then here, I am super fast. As Meraxes, with Ghost Marchers, you are running at 415 movement speed. It's huge. This Calamity comes in from behind, so I'm like, alright, well, it's time to man up. Stun this guy, avoid his ulti, throw some axes at him. And this is actually a fun little game here we play. So I'm going to turn on Fog of War so I can show you. But you're going to see how crazy this little cat and mouse game here. So Geomancer obviously low. I don't know what he's thinking there. And he hops in here. And he ends up being stuck. I could clearly tell, cause since I came over here and I couldn't see him, that he was stuck somewhere. And obviously the game's going to let him out. So now it's just like, alright, bro. And my axes are like just in missing the length. And there comes Tree. And because of that, now a quick thing real quick, before I want to back this up a little bit. You're going to see Solstice right here. He's going to decide, okay, I'm going to pop my ulti. Considering that Meraxes is low level, or low life. Right then, if you saw that. Sorry, I'll kind of fast forward to that point. But, as you saw, I hit my Blood Chalice. Keeper of the Forest gave me mana, which I was only one away anyway. I am going to pop my Arcane Shield first, because that propped and gave me armor. So that's the reason why I survived his ulti so well, and it barely did any damage to me. And then we were able to just kill him. And right here, you can see, obviously, okay, he's already used 2 hits, so that means his third is going to spin and do a lot of damage. So that's when I run away, because I possibly could have died. I did gain a lot of health right there just because I popped my Blood Chalice earlier. So I was able to stay alive. Hey, how you doing, Gloss? Sorry, I'm just doing a educational video, I guess, on Meraxes here. Anyway, so I heal up here. Alright. Oh, too fast. Alright, so this is an obvious one. He's going to be walking, and most of the time, they're either going to try to dodge up, or they will come down into the creeps. So I shot my Meraxes upwards just in case, because if he comes down into the creeps, it's an easy kill. He can't go anywhere. He's trapped in trees. I was tempted to chase Geomancer here again. I do remember this, but I just decided to. Actually, how did this end up? I don't think I killed him. Oh, yeah. But see, I popped that right before his ulti. Gave me more mana, or more armor, so that I'm able to survive things like that a lot stronger. Most people think that when you pop the Arcane Shield, that you wasted it, on things like that. But how did you waste it if you popped more armor to survive that ultimate a lot better? If I wouldn't have done that, my health probably would have been right there, and so I would have lost a lot more, or even more than that. So right here, I just decided to farm a little because nobody's pushing except for bottom, but I knew Keeper was there, and Keeper's kind of a boss. So just sitting here farming away a little. I'm really close to 16. That's one reason why I'm farming. And there we go. Then I get my 16. So now I do this little trick here. I thought I was going to try to go after blue, but he did gain a lot of life back, and he actually ended up going top. So I think I actually end up going for him. Let's see here. So I'm invis, by the way. Give me mana, give me Tango. Yeah, seriously. So I see him. Problem is I tell my team and nobody ends up coming. Now, Meraxes can dodge some, his little light things, but he cannot dodge all of his ulti. So unfortunately, I did pop my ulti just so he wouldn't ulti. I wasn't sure if he had his ulti or not. I will slow back down here. Oops. But I knew I wasn't going to kill him by myself. And my invis was coming up, and Brown got all mad. Again. Bubbles got all mad because I didn't wait for him. But my invis was coming up. There was nothing I could do. So I either attempted to see if I can get him, or just kind of, I guess, ran away like I did. It's better to stay alive than risk yourself dying. Alright, sorry for that fast forwardness. So I go in for this. And we kill Geomancer. And then the fight continues. And I tell the team to push. We should really be pushing because they're 2 down. Both their biggest initiators. And I always come up here. You never know who's up there. And of course, look what happens. If you did notice that, I did dodge Myrmidon's first thing. And I did pop my ulti to survive Moon Queen's ulti even better. And then I just blow my ulti right there. And get stuck in Myrmidon's wheat field. But obviously, easy opportunity to get the tower. Solstice does come over here and pop his ulti. I believe he does kill Keeper. Yep. But right there. Okay, I'm going to back this up real quick. Okay, so if you see here, my team's here. We have a Valkyrie here and a Solstice here. So Solstice ultis, and so this is Valkyrie's opportunity to throw an arrow possibly at Keeper. So I knew Valkyrie was up, so I rotated to this side of... See, I start to rotate over here just so in case Solstice does come, or Valkyrie's arrows. Look at that. Bam. I nailed it. I purposely sacrificed my body to catch the arrow. And in this case, come back in and end up manning up. See, even though I know I'm almost dead. And if Orange would have turned around and just auto-attacked me right there instead of running away. So if he would have right here... I'm going to come back in here. But right here, if he would have auto-attacked me and kept auto-attacking me, he would have killed me. But because there was 3 of us, he decided to run away, then start auto-attacking me. So that's what got me that kill. I am 12-0 right here, and this team actually does not concede this whole game. So I get to continue to show you kind of what goes on. So we're attacking the main tower, but it is taking us a long time. And so we do actually back up. So I come over here and I farm a little bit. By the way, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my build currently right now. So I always go Ghost Marchers. You run super fast with them, and it helps a lot, obviously, when ganking to get through creeps and stuff like that and not having to, deal with that. And then I went Blood Chalice. And then because I am the initiator, I needed some kind of defense, so I do go Helm of the Black Legion. It really does help, as you saw in a lot of my situations. Here, I'm just going to lock my camera real quick, but it does help. Blood Chalice obviously is huge on Meraxes, especially once you have the Helm, because your Helm is going to regen you, let's see, I think it was 7 or something like that? 9. I'm at 9.4. Oh, let's do this. Let's back this up here, sorry. Okay, so I went top because I saw him. Let's back this up even more. So Bubbles died to Solstice, and I saw him right there, and I figured, okay, well, Solstice is a jungler. Obviously, he's going to come farm. So obviously, I know that he's right there. I'm going to pop my ulti before I go in. I'm going to jump in, stun, auto attack while throwing an axe. You always initiate while throwing axes as well. Because if you do not, then they're never slowed until after you've stunned and you started auto-attacking. Then they're like, oh crap, I should probably throw axes now. So I keep going on this. It's Myrmidon. And Bubbles ends up getting the kill there. But let's go back to my build. Just with the situation I was in, I knew I was going to get rid of my Blood Chalice really soon here. So I just figured, alright, well, I better go get some kind of mana regen. So, Lightbrand is an amazing pick. Couple of reasons. You could have either gone to a Dawnbringer, which would have been really nice on Meraxes in this game. But you also... you have a couple of options. Frozen Light. And a lot of people think that just because you make a Lightbrand that you need to build into a Dawnbringer or a Grimoires, you can stop at Searing Light and Frozen Light, and it works just as good. Like, if you feel the situation, if you all of a sudden have these two, but you don't have the last brand, you can stop, and you can start farming something else that may be situational to what's going on in the game, because you don't always need to finish that item. You can finish it later. So if all of a sudden you feel that you need to buy, like let's say a Shrunken Head, because you're being stunned all the time, then stop building the... Let's watch this real quick. Alright, so I'm going to back this up, slow this up a bit. So my team kind of got owned right here. And so I was going to back up. But then I saw that too. And I figured, alright, you know what? I'm just going to go in. And I ended up snagging 3 of them. Then you look here, I'm going to pop my Arcane Shield. Right as soon as Blue throws his thing. I do get stunned by his. But I mean, I'm at full life. They don't really dare mess with me kind of situation. Anyway, so I go Lightbrand, and you don't need to finish it. You really don't. Oh, I do die here. They stopped me from getting my Immortal. They really wanted me to stop or not get my Immortal. I got ganked up. I just laughed. I was like, lol, really? Anyway, so you don't need to continue it. Don't be afraid not to continue it. You can stop at either these two. If you are doing really well in farm and the situation doesn't call for it, finish it, because Dawnbringer does have his bonuses depending on whether or not you have Light Brand or Firebrand. Obviously, that's more speed and it's got a tap on it. Light Brand and Ice Brand has a tap, but it's also slow. So you see me going on him right here. I should have waited a little bit more, but as you can see, I do survive here with, like, yet again, a third of the life. Most people run back. I do not run back in these situations. I see my opportunity, and I follow, and you follow through. Now this is where the axes, you'll see the axes really start to take place, and see how slow he is. And now Myrmidon's here, so I'm like, alright, bro. And I even pop my Blood Chalice to get more mana. I actually end up dying right here, I believe. Yep, I do. And Keeper was really mad at Bubbles for not helping out earlier, so he actually did not do anything right there. And I actually did get mad at that, because I don't appreciate heroes, even if somebody is trolling. I don't appreciate people that don't play this as a team game. This is a team game. Whether or not you hate each other, like Brown right now hates Keeper, you need to push as a team, you need to kill as a team, you need to ward as a team. Obviously, you do have your roles. Alonia, look, wards, 2. She's going to go put wards down. I believe she actually comes right here and she gets killed. Calamity, obviously carry. Keeper gets his PK, starts building a refresher orb. It's just basic kind of stuff here. But anyway, with the Light Brand, I kind of figured, okay, since I'm the main initiator, I need to be the one that does a lot of the damage as well. So I figured I was going to build a Grimoires instead of going into Dawnbringer. So I build my thing into Grimoires, and Grimoires, it passively increases all your damage dealt. So that means not only my stun, not only my auto attack, not only my my axes, and my ulti all do more damage, increasingly more damage. And so that right there kind of, I mean, why not? If I jump in and I stun, obviously I'm the one doing the damage. So right here, I was waiting for them to see if they'd come mid, but they ended up not. What am I doing here? Sorry, I'm also... Alright, let's back up here. Sorry about that. I was distracted. Somebody had texted me from my work. So right here, I'm going to slow it down. So we saw him earlier walking this way. Right here, obviously with our ward. I'm right here. I see him cut back up. I need to take advantage of this with Calamity sitting right here. So, unfortunately, because I did stop him, that did do that. But one of the greatest things about Calamity is her dragons. Every time they hit, it acts as a proc for her charged hammer. So it does proc that, which is amazing. Then we go after Valkyrie here, and thank goodness Bubbles was there. And then we pretty much just maul her down here. Bubbles got the kill right there. And I am 17-2 right now. And then I figured, okay, well, you need to push bottom. So I wait here. I knew blue was top. Now, at this point, I could have done something about going top. But my team, we all pushed mid. So I take these creeps out. Blue continues to push. Trading a tier 2, which we do get down here for a tier 2. And we actually get their towers. And blue never comes in. So I guess it is a tier 3. But Obviously, with these creeps, you want to get rid of them as fast as you can, so you can start on the tower. This tower was almost already dead anyway, so we traded a tier 2 for a tier 3 and barracks and bottom tower. And a kill. So we did have, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Calamity, but she does teleport back just to stop Blue, because Blue by himself can actually do a lot of damage to the towers, because her things, her ability is like, her damage ability is really high. I mean, she's at 186. She's like hitting like one of these times 3. So, but I continue to stay down here. Calamity at this moment decides to go back. She TP's back home. I keep telling Keeper to go in, but I did not realize his ulti was actually down for 30 seconds. So I was like, alright, we should probably go back. Calamity heals up, goes invis, and literally just kind of wrecks Blue. And Bubbles dies to creeps. Anyway, should probably back up here. Alright, so out of nowhere, I don't know what happened here, but Valkyrie shows up on our side, so she was invis, and she goes, and I was like, alright, well, this is our time. And then Keeper, unfortunately, still does not have his ult for 10 more seconds. And so Alonia gets kind of almost owned here. She does die. But as you can see, Keeper almost has his ulti. And bam. Ulti time. Now this is where you turn around. I have my stun. So, and he's going to pop his ulti a second time. Bam. So now I'm able to lock down Solstice. And then we're able to go on. I'm going to go like this. See, wheat field like that, it's not targeted towards me. It's targeted at anybody who's in it. So unfortunately, I was very lucky to get that. His ulti ran out in perfect timing. The tower's attacking me, but I mean, I barely take any damage from that. As you can see here, Blue decides to come back, so I'm like, alright, bro, you want to bring this? Let's do this. Come back in. I start attacking him. I pop my shield because normally, most Moon Queens will stun immediately. But I mean, look how much damage that did. I'm going to back it up here. Watch how much damage my axe does when he's walking away right here. So you see where he's at? Bam. That's a huge chunk of damage. It just goes to show how much that Grimoires helps with your Meraxes. With your Meraxes. So I don't know what Bubbles was doing there. But anyway. So he decided to keep pushing. I don't know what Blue does. I think he kind of just sits there while we push. I don't know if he complains with his team or whatnot. And it's so funny because he almost had him, but he doesn't know how to position his ulti correct. So we take out bottom. In this instance, Calamity, I don't know, I think he went and bought something, but I was just like, alright, time to play around, I guess. And I actually end up dying right here. Because Bubbles, unfortunately, Bubbles right here thinks he's really funny. And he's got a tablet. And I turned back around and he chucked me back in. So I wasn't too happy, but at the same time, it could have been an accident. I did look like I was turned the other way. Now I want to get back in the fight immediately, so I'm going to sell both my chalice and my vestments, just because I don't take that much damage anyway. So I bought post haste, went top to go push with Alonia. And the great thing about my Grimoires is my mana comes back really fast. I mean, 8.6 regeneration a second. That's pretty crazy. So, but it's simple things right here. Like I manned up on a lot of those. It's not something I'm scared of, and you shouldn't be as a Meraxes. You're very, very tanky at all times. Right now, I mean, I barely have any shield armor, you know? To be honest, I don't think I have any at all, to be honest. I don't have any armor whatsoever, and yet I'm at 20 armor. And with this, it adds an extra 8 armor on top of that when I click onto it. So I'm going to rewind here. So I start doing Kongor, and Blue's here, Invis, and she decides to pop out for some strange reason, thinking that she could kill him. And then Bubbles, thank goodness, had some dust. Obviously, it's the middle one, has the more health. And she ran out of it. I don't know why. Tries to go invis. But as you can see again, right there. My axe does a ton of damage to her. You'll see me hit her. Bam. Look how much damage that was. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of fast forward this part, just because try to kill, or I do kill Kongor, and it kind of takes a little bit, because my team wouldn't come help me. So I'm like, alright, well I guess I got this by myself. Alright, so I pick it up, clearly. I'd have been really mad if they wouldn't have let me, or Bubbles would have sniped me, or something like that, to get it. Alright, so now I think we head to mid to push, or to gank. Or no, yeah, top, because we already have mid and bottom, I forgot. So we come in, we start pushing. It's always good when you're pushing later in the game to go ahead of the creeps, so that the creeps do not die once you do hit the lane. So they were pushing mid, but we still had a tower there, and they don't have a tower top. So the odds of us winning this is going to be bigger because of the fact that... Oops. Alright, so we get stunned there. I do get stunned there, but look how much I survive. I'm taking most of the ultis. Still have tons of health left. Still have health. Still surviving. I still man up. And I kill this guy. Look at the... Look how much health I have. I'm literally hanging on. 96. And I man up at 40, 50 health. 20 health. 50 health. Now, obviously right here, orange does sneak up, but I have Aegis, so I'm like, alright, time to get back in there. We killed most of them. Time to go back in. So I saw my opportunity right here to go in. Here's Tree's ulti, which we get our second kill on Meraxes. And we were going to chase after Valkyrie, but it's better not to chase. It's just better to get the towers, especially after you've pushed both lanes. It's just like, alright, why sacrifice all that? And here comes Calamity, who ends up just owning him anyway. I'm going to watch it here just to see that. Look how far of a shot that was. Then we take out that, take out the creeps. I have PK. I see them both together. Oh, I'm going to kind of rewind it there. So he threw that at me. I'm going to shield because it makes me run really, really fast. It adds an extra 190 movement speed. Come back in. Alright, you want to mess with the best? Let's do this. And we end up killing them both. And then I even try to go in on blue. Now in this situation, this blue, if he had his ulti, would own me, even with my shield, if he knew what to do. Because two of his shields, if he would have had his ulti, would have taken my shield all the way down and broken it. But he doesn't know what he's doing, so he just kind of roams around here. And I try to man up on him. And he makes me invis. And then we win. So that's my educational, I guess, video on it. I know it probably wasn't the best, but we did end up going 22-3, which was a nice game. All of my teammates did decently well. Alonia warded like crazy, which was super nice. Keeper got his PK and a refresher, which is a must on any keeper or jungler for keeper. Calamity did a good job. She built the right items. Assassin Shroud is very strong on her, considering her slow. With her pull, I guess, her pulse thing that pulses them in the middle. The only thing I could think of is Bubbles here. Didn't do a bad job. Bubbles should have had more farm, being a solo bottom. Whether or not she got ganked or not, I play a really good Bubbles. And most of the time, when you're in that situation, you want to rush PK and not go after a tablet. Just because you need to escape. And a tablet, I mean, there's only so much a tablet can do. Especially if you have like a Solstice who's going to chase after you, whether or not you're, running away or things like that. And a Valkyrie arrow who can throw an arrow in the direction that you threw your shell. So being able to, throw your shell, if you throw it and Valkyrie throws an arrow to where it's at, you can instantly port there, then PK to the right or left or, farther and dodge the arrow. So, well, there is my Meraxes video. I will post this onto my page. And thanks for joining me. I'll probably make some more here, both on Heroes of Newerth and on Dota. So, thank you. Hey, what's up, Reloc? I just finished doing like a little video here. Give me just a sec. I'm going to disconnect and then reconnect, okay?